As the chosen of God, we develop from a child nourishing on the milk of the gospel into the men and women of God by applying, eating, and putting into use the meat found within the words of God. More importantly, there are many pieces of wisdom from God written within these sacred texts. These essential pieces of wisdom gives us access to the righteousness of God that 2 Timothy, the 4th chapter and the 8th verse proclaims is stored up for us. However, to access the righteousness of God, we cannot leave these keys upon the religious keychain around our necks. By using our mind of Christ, the chosen of God must allow our spiritual person to pick up and apply the keys to our life walk. For example, David reveals a key to the kingdom of God through the words of Proverbs, the 19th chapter and the 11th verse. A man's wisdom gives him patience. It is to his glory to overlook an offense. Now, David used this key in his dealings with King Saul. Therefore, God allowed him to open the door to the kingship over Israel. Later, David revealed the wisdom of God and gave us another key in Proverbs, the 25th chapter and the 21st verse. If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat. If he is thirsty, give him water to drink. Therefore, it is not by chance that Jesus revealed those 4 keys in Luke, the 6th chapter and the 27th through the 28th verse. But I tell you who hear me, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, and pray for those who mistreat you. Nor was it happenstance that as dying in Luke, the 23rd chapter and the 34th verse, Jesus used another key and said, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. All this happened because Jesus added a new key when he said in John, the 13th chapter and the 34th verse, a new command I give you, love one another as I have loved you, so must you love one another. Consequently, Andrew followed Jesus' life walk and used that key to the kingdom himself in Acts, the 7th chapter and the 60th verse, when he fell on his knees and cried, Lord, do not hold this sin against them. When he said this, he fell asleep. So later, Paul, through Romans, the 12th chapter and the 14th verse, thrust these keys out to us again. He said, bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. And again, Paul places another key upon the holder of our Christ mind when, through his words from Romans, the 12th chapter and the 20th verse, we read, on the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head. However, the words of 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter and the 15th verse, make sure that no one pays back wrong for wrong, but always try to be kind to each other and to everyone else, is the key I leave for you today. Now, chosen of God, pick up your keys and use them in your life walk.